Yo, it's your boy Cash here. Man, I literally just said, like last week, I was like, you know what? When I'm off, I'm gonna start like doing more videos. And sure enough, here we go, man. It has been crazy today. So we got an article here. Uh Chris Barrett, the ex-dev leader at Bungie, is suing them uh because the reason why he said he got fired is because they wanted to avoid paying him 45 million. That's with an M, $1 million. All right, so this got an article here from VentureBeat. Barrett was one of the prominent developers. He was fired in March 2024 in the wake of the Me Too scandals that hit the game industry. So he filed this lawsuit today. Said that the reason why he got fired was to avoid getting paid $45 million. So they have already reached out to Sony and Bungie for a comment. I guess they haven't responded. So Barrett's lawsuit said that defendants deliberately destroyed Barrett's reputation by falsely and publicly insinuating they had investigated Barrett and found he had engaged in sexual misconduct. Defendants did not care that none of it was true. They had blatant motivations for their brazen scheme, and that was the payout he was entitled to under his employment agreement. All right, let's stop for a second. How in the heck do you get guaranteed $45 million? Like, what? I need to try to be like a leader or a director or something. Sheesh, these bonuses and the payments are crazy. Anyway, so the lawsuit went on to say the companies were motivated by a need to shift blame for and deflect attention away from their massive business failures. And to achieve those corporate objectives, they were willing to sacrifice Barrett. So that's the classical sacrificing to make big improvements and all of that kind of stuff. Yeah, we hear that all the time. While that sounds despicable, Barrett was accused of crossing the line between professional and personal behavior in the course of its journalistic investigation of the Me Too scandal. Bloomberg interviewed 8 people, including multiple women who reported Barrett, as well as other Bungie employees who were either involved in the investigation or spoke to the women involved. Bloomberg, I don't know how to say his name, real popular guy, Jason, something with an S. I don't want to mess up his name and say it wrong, but he's the one that had that from Bloomberg that did the interview and stuff. So this part here is just kind of talking about Barrett's career. He's been in Bungie for a long time. He's been a part of Halo, Destiny, which is the main things. He was also the lead designer for Marathon before he got fired. So yeah, this is just kind of talking about his career. Talking about how that ride ended because Sony acquired Bungie for $3.6 billion, which, you know, a lot of people have been criticizing that because, for one, people are kind of like, is Bungie worth that much? And then has Sony gotten a return on investment, right? Me personally, I thought that the whole acquisition thing was going to be like, okay, Sony, like video games are not their strong point. It's like other forms of media. So I'm thinking, okay, they're gonna get with Bungie. Bungie has these IPs. They're gonna make like Destiny movies, a show, something else, like a whole different media for Destiny, right? And then, you know, if Marathon does good, okay, maybe do that, like something, right? None of that has happened. I don't know if it's in the works, was in the works. I don't know. But that was my thought process of it. But so far, it seems like it's only been like video game related, which is not a good idea in my opinion. But yeah, so Barrett alleges he was told about an investigation into his behavior when he was on a mental health leave. He alleges he attended the interview meeting with Sony's legal department, but was not advised to bring legal counsel. And he said he was never shown any of the text messages. Barrett was never asked whether he had ever engaged in appropriate sexual conduct, whether he ever sent inappropriate sexual or pornographic materials to a coworker, or whether he ever retaliated against a coworker for rebuffing his advances or discriminated against a female colleague on the basis of her sex. Barrett was not asked those questions because Barrett did not engage in and has not been accused of any such conduct. Less than 3 weeks after this interview, Barrett was notified via Microsoft Teams that he had engaged in unspecified gross misconduct and would be terminated for cause. Defendants refused to explain further and told him that nothing he could say would make a difference, despite never giving him a chance to engage with the allegations in the first place. The cause was a vague violation of Bungie's harassment policy, the lawsuit said. So then they said that they this whole scheme, right? So basically what Chris Barrett is saying is that there was this whole scheme between Sony and Bungie and how to deflect all of the acquisition, the 3.6 billion being a waste and all of that, and they're trying to blame that on him, and you know, Bungie in the past have been accused of a lot of a very toxic work environment, especially during like the Me Too stuff and all of that. So they're also trying to say, hey, we got rid of this person, we're trying to, you know, have a better environment and stuff, and that he was the fall guy for it. So basically what Barrett is saying is, hey, you can say, hey, we're fixing our issues of the Me Too issues, and then we're going to save $45 million because our acquisition so far has been terrible. So that's kind of the sum of everything. Barrett is saying that he's been harmed financially, physically, and emotionally. He's, you know, been harassed, public ridicule, he's lost friends, professional opportunities, even relationships with his family has been strained. So he said he had a lifelong dream of launching his own video game company, and that's been crushed now. So this is kind of a messy way to end a relationship. He's been with Bungie since 1999, you know, and he got fired March 2024, which is this year. So 25 years with the company, and you know, it ends up in a lawsuit like this is kind of crazy. $200,000 bonus for his role on Halo 3. Sheesh. Founder shares. Oof. That's a lot of shares. Wow. Wow. But yeah, so this is, you know, go to venturebeat.com and see the lawsuit and read the whole article. I personally think, for one, it's crazy how like people are like owed so much money. $45 million, bro. That's crazy. But also, I don't know who to believe. More to come. I hope that the truth gets out there. You know, people always say there's three sides. There's one side, there's another side, and then there's the truth. So, you know, hopefully the truth comes out. I hope that the victims get justice. You know, yeah, but we'll see. We'll see who's wrong here. We'll see if Bungie has historically done well in the courts. Just, you know, different things they've gone to court for, harassment things, or you know, cheaters and cheating companies and stuff. They've done pretty well. But hey, who knows? There's no telling what may happen here. So yeah, hopefully things will get resolved quickly and justice will be served to whoever that goes to. I will say this though, if Bungie is caught lying somehow, it's gonna look really, really, really bad for Bungie and Sony. I know, you know, with holiday season coming up, this is definitely the last thing that they want to be dealing with for having the news right now. But this would be like a huge blow if anything that Chris Barrett is alleging is true here. It'll be a huge blow to them. But yeah, let me know what y'all think in the comments and stuff, and I'll keep y'all up to date with how this story goes, and I'll holler at y'all later.